You are a crocodile, and you just swallowed a rock. Not a fish, not a bone, not some mysterious swamp snack. A rock. This sounds stupid. It is not. That rock is your first clue that your body is not just built to bite things. Your body is built to weaponize physics. When you were young, small, and extremely edible, swallowing little stones may have helped grind up insects, bones, and hard food inside your stomach. Basically, your stomach hired extra teeth. Very professional. But when crocodilians grow larger, those stones may do something even more interesting. Scientists still debate how much they matter, but stomach stones have been linked to diving, balance, and staying underwater longer. Some crocodilians can carry kilos of stones inside the gut, and those stones do not simply pass through like a quick snack mistake. They can sit in the stomach for a long time, rubbing against food and against each other until they become smooth and rounded. So no, this is not just a random reptile eating gravel because Tuesday felt boring. This is ballast. The same basic idea submarines use when they need to control how they sit in water. Because your lungs are full of air, air wants to float. That is charming if you are a beach ball. It is less charming if you are trying to hide underwater like a murder log. Without enough control, your body wants to rise. You become suspiciously buoyant. A giant predator bobbing up and down like burnt toast is not exactly stealth. So your body solves the problem with a very crocodile answer. Add weight, control air, disappear. And this trick is ancient. Similar stomach stones show up in fossils of marine reptiles, including plesiosaurs. Long before modern crocodiles were staring at zebras like unpaid invoices. Different animals use stones for different reasons. Ostriches use them for grinding food. Some aquatic reptiles may have used them for balance. You, because you are dramatic, use the whole situation to become harder to see, harder to predict, and harder to survive. This is where your hunting career begins. Because when your body is balanced, you can hold the perfect crocodile position. Almost everything stays hidden below the surface. Only your eyes and nostrils break the water. 2 bumps. That is all the prey gets. The entire animal has been reduced to a very suspicious pair of dots. This is not laziness. This is geometry. You only need 2 things above water: eyes to watch, nostrils to breathe. Everything else can stay underwater, where the river kindly does your camouflage for you. And the water is not just hiding you. The water is lying for you. When light moves from water into air, it bends. That is refraction. Or, in normal language, the river becomes a cheap optical scam. You have seen this before. A stick goes halfway into water, and suddenly it looks broken. That is not the stick having a difficult childhood. That is light changing speed and direction. For you, this is useful. From the prey's side, your body can look distorted, broken, hard to read. Not like a predator, more like a stick, a weird stick. A stick with tax problems, but still, a stick. Meanwhile, from your side, the water surface can act like a viewing window. Because of refraction, aquatic animals can see a compressed window of the world above them. Physicists call this Snell's window. It is roughly a 9-7-degree cone of information. You do not know the math. You do not care. Your eyes just sit above the water, calmly collecting data like the world's most unpleasant security camera. You watch where birds land, where antelope drink, where animals hesitate, where the weak ones stand too close to the edge because apparently the entire forest skipped safety training. And you remember. Because crocodilians do not just wait randomly. They learn water edges. They learn routines. They learn when animals are most likely to get thirsty, distracted, or desperate. Every dry season, prey returns to water. Every morning, birds collect nesting material. Every evening, something nervous walks closer than it should. You do not chase the schedule. You become the schedule. That is why some crocodilians have been observed balancing twigs on their snouts during bird nesting season. Yes, some of them put bait on their own face. A bird sees a twig. The bird wants the twig. The bird comes closer. And you, a river criminal with excellent patience, simply wait. This is not brute force. This is marketing. You are not running ads. You are the ad. Some crocodiles living near human activity have also been reported learning where livestock come to drink. Not because they understand calendars, because repetition is information. If dinner arrives at the same shoreline every day, eventually the shoreline starts looking less like scenery and more like a restaurant with bad security. But prey does not always come close enough. Sometimes your meal stands at the river edge, drinking water and making the traditional prey animal mistake, trusting the scenery. So now you use another piece of your terrible body design. Your lungs, not just for breathing, for steering. Crocodilians can shift their lungs inside the body using muscles attached around the ribs, pelvis, belly, and diaphragm area. Move the air mass backward, and the head can angle down. Move it forward, and the body can rise. Shift it sideways, and the body can roll. You are basically using internal pool floats as a steering wheel. A terrible idea in a car. Excellent in a swamp. The best part? You can adjust your position without obvious paddling. No loud splashing. No dramatic chase music. Just a silent log slowly becoming someone's worst afternoon. And you do not even need perfect vision, because your jaws are covered in tiny dark bumps. They look like decoration. They are not decoration, they are pressure sensors. In crocodilians, these sensory organs can detect tiny disturbances in the water, a hoof touching the surface, a fish flicking nearby, a bird landing. Even the small panic splash of an animal realizing it should have made better choices. Your face feels the water move. Your brain reads the direction. And suddenly, the dark river has information. You do not need crystal clear vision. You need vibration. Congratulations. Your face is not exactly sonar, but it is close enough to be rude. Now the prey steps closer. Bad for the prey. Wonderful for your educational channel. You push with your tail. Your tail is not just a tail. It is a muscular paddle attached to a bad decision. The tail pushes water backward. The water pushes you forward. Action, reaction, ambush. You explode from the river. Not randomly, not wildly, like a math problem with anger issues. Some large crocodilians can launch with shocking speed in short bursts. This is not a long-distance race. This is one violent sentence written by a tail. Your jaws open. And here is where your skull becomes a machine clamp. Large saltwater crocodiles have produced bite force measurements around 3,700 pounds of force. That is stronger than a lion. Stronger than almost anything alive that has been measured biting things for science, which is apparently a job people have. Your mouth is not a mouth. It is a hydraulic press with dental problems. But there is a stupid flaw. Your teeth are excellent hooks. They grab, they hold, they puncture, but they do not chew. You cannot slice meat like a knife. You cannot grind like a cow. You are not blessed with table manners. You are stuck holding food that may be too large to swallow. A normal animal would have a problem. You have a spin cycle. This is the death roll. But let us explain it politely, because YouTube is watching. You tuck your legs close to your body. That makes your radius smaller. And when radius gets smaller, a rotating body can spin faster. Same reason an ice skater speeds up when pulling in their arms. Except the ice skater has music. You have a river and a lawsuit waiting to happen. Then you rotate. Your body becomes a living drill. The water churns. The prey twists. The force does the work your teeth cannot. You are not chewing. You are solving a size problem with rotational physics. Very ugly. Very efficient. Very crocodile. After the roll, the meal is smaller. Now you can swallow. And if a tooth breaks during the chaos, do not worry. You have replacements. Crocodile teeth are basically a subscription service. Old tooth out. New tooth in. Evolution looked at dental insurance and said, no thanks. We have a factory. Now you sink back into the river with your food. This is where your body gets even more annoying. Your heart has 4 chambers, but it is not simply a mammal heart in reptile clothing. Crocodilians have special plumbing that can redirect blood flow, including a connection called the foramen of Panizza. During a dive, this system can help reduce blood flow to the lungs and prioritize organs that still need oxygen. During digestion, it can also send more carbon dioxide-rich blood toward the stomach. That helps produce stronger stomach acid, which means your stomach is not just a stomach. It is an industrial chemical plant with legs. Bones? Fine. Shells? Fine. Chunks of meat that would give another animal a digestive crisis? Also fine. Your stomach does not complain. It clocks in and starts melting the evidence. Again, educationally. And because you are cold-blooded, you do not waste a huge amount of energy making your own body heat all day. Mammals do that. Poor mammals. Always burning calories just to stay warm. Very dramatic. You prefer the budget option. You climb onto the riverbank, open your mouth, and let the sun do the heating. Your dark skin absorbs warmth. Your body temperature rises. Your meal digests. Your energy stays stored. This is why a large crocodile can go a long time without eating again. Sometimes weeks, sometimes longer, depending on the animal, the meal, and the temperature. Not because it is disciplined, because its metabolism is running on airplane mode. And size makes the trick even better. As animals get bigger, volume grows faster than surface area. That means a large crocodile has more body mass holding heat and energy, while losing heat more slowly through its surface. Small crocodile, snack with legs. Big crocodile, thermal bank account with teeth. But there is a catch. You cannot sweat. Because apparently evolution gave you armor, pressure sensors, replaceable teeth, stealth lungs, and forgot the cooling system. So you open your mouth. Moisture evaporates. Heat leaves. You cool down. To other animals, this looks terrifying. To you, it is air conditioning. Then you rest. Sometimes with one eye open. Because even when you are relaxing, part of your brain can keep watch. That is not paranoia. That is survival. When you were small, almost everything wanted to eat you. Birds, fish, larger crocodiles. Life looked at baby crocodiles and said, crunchy. But if you survive long enough, the equation changes. You grow larger, you lose heat more slowly, you store energy better, you become harder to attack. The world that once tried to eat you now has to negotiate with you. And this is the real lesson. A crocodile is not successful because it is moving all the time. It is successful because it knows when not to move. It waits. It watches. It lets water hide it. It lets light distort it. It may use stones to change the way it sits in the water. It shifts its lungs like invisible control tanks. It feels pressure waves through its face. It uses rotation instead of chewing. It digests like a chemical plant. It saves energy like survival has an accounting department. And when the moment finally comes, it spends all that saved energy in one brutal second. Nature does not always reward the loudest animal, or the fastest, or the one trying hardest. Sometimes nature rewards the creature that looks like a floating stick, and has been doing the math the entire time. You are a crocodile. You did not invent physics. You just weaponized it.